week's episode of the Author Collaborative. As always, I'll be talking to an author whose book I have recently read and enjoyed. And my guest for this week is Sheetal Agarwal. We are going to talk about her poetry book, Colorful Pebbles. This book here. This book I won as part of a writing challenge, and I'm very excited to talk about it and talk to the author about it. So do stay tuned. Okay, I am inviting Sheetal now. She's not here yet. Hi, Sukana. Thank you for joining. Hi, Maniac1611. Thank you for joining. I am waiting for my guest to arrive so we can start the episode. My guest tonight is Sheetal Agarwal, and we are going to talk about her book, Colorful Pebbles. Hi, Sharad Rastogi. Thank you for joining. Hi, Nilshri. I am waiting for Sheetal to join so we can start the episode. We are going to talk about her book, Colorful Pebbles. And since Nilshri is here, I'm just going to give a shout out to Authropod, through whose writing challenge I won this book and I loved reading it. We are going to talk to the author today. Okay, yes, Sheetal is here. Hi, Sheetal. Let me know in the comments, Sheetal, if the invitation came through. If not, I'll send you a fresh one. To stay connected, I think Sheetal is not able to join us. Let me just send her another invitation. Hi, Sheetal. I've sent you a fresh invitation. See if you are able to accept it. Okay, yes, we have Sheetal here. Sheetal, आपको front camera on करना पड़ेगा. Sheetal, are you able to hear me? There is some network issue. Do stay connected. I think Sheetal is not able to connect to us because there is some network issue. Yeah, I'm just going to remove her. Sheetal, I'm removing you and adding you again. There is some network connectivity problem. Hi, Lalit. Thank you for joining. We are going to start today's episode in a while. There is some network issue from my guest's end, and we'll wait for her to rejoin. Sorry for the delay, everyone, and thank you for your patience. I think there is some problem with Sheetal's connectivity. She's not able to join us. Please stay connected. We'll begin today's episode in a while. Okay, Sheetal is here. Sheetal, I've sent you a fresh invitation. See if you are able to accept it. Hi, Sheetal.
Hi, can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, we can hear you, but the volume is really low. I don't know what the problem is.
Okay, now I've done it full. Is it better? Just hold on.
Yes,
Is it better now?
better. Yes. Perfect now. Yes.
Okay.
Hi. Welcome to the show after so many hurdles.
Yes, sometimes technology is just too smart for us, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, never
Or
mind.
you
But
call it,
very
or it
excited
what's
to have you here. Sorry.
I'm
You were saying
excited to be
something?
here. I'm saying I'm excited to be here with you. Good to do.
Yes. There is a little bit of lag in your video. I'm just going to confirm it with the audience. Sukena and Nilshri, if you can let us know in the comments. Hi, Nitara. How are you?
Hey,
Yes.
how are you?
How are you? How are you? Nilshri and Sukena, can you let us know in the comments if the audio video is fine? Yes, Sukena is confirmed. There is a little lag. Is it still there, Sukena? Please let us know. I don't know. It shouldn't happen. The lag doesn't generally happen. But I'm able to see you properly.
Yeah, even I'm able to see you and hear you properly.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine now. Sukena is confirmed. Great. Okay, so let's start. Let's before we go into the episode any further, please briefly introduce yourself to the audience first.
Well, I am Sheetal Agarwal. I stay in Mumbai. I have had a career as a writer, business writer, you know, analyst for, I mean, it continues. I continue to do that for 16, 17 years now. I've been doing that. And poetry writing, creative writing is relatively new to me. Uh, I've been, doing this for 4 or 5 years now, and including storytelling. Because when I left journalism, I used to write business articles I was a journalist first, a television journalist and print journalist, and for 9 years, and then I left that and joined, made some career changes, which is where this creative writing, storytelling started, and then poetry writing started.
Okay.
So yeah, here I am, and this poetry bug has bitten me big time, and I'm completely in love with that.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing that with us. And on that note, I'm just going to show everyone the book that we are going to focus on. The book that made you a poet. It's this book, Colorful Pebbles. And I'm very happy because after such a long time, I am holding a paperback copy in my episode because generally I only do ebook reading and the people are only able to see me holding a Kindle cover. So this makes me
Wow.
very happy.
Yes, it's a
I'm holding a
different
paperback
feeling,
after
right?
this.
वो
Yes.
किंडल में वो
And
मजा कहाँ तो बुक में है पेपरबैक
Uh,
में.
we agree to disagree on that because,
Okay.
but
Okay, fair
this
enough.
doesn't happen on Kindle, so I'm very happy. It's a
Yes.
signed copy, and signed copies
Yes.
are always very special.
Yes.
And
Just for the viewers, Manali had won a competition, online competition. This was during Navratri, right,
yes,
for poetry writing.
yes,
And in that competition, I was giving away 5 copies of my book to
yes,
the winners. So that is what I was showing you. I made sure to write a handwritten note for all the winners because I think these are becoming a rarity more and more in the online world.
exactly. Yes.
So
So yeah, thank you for sending me a signed copy. And before I talk further about the book, let me share something very interesting about how this has come full circle for both of us. You sent me
right.
this copy for winning the a November to Remember competition held by Arthropod, and
Yes.
I won that writing competition, which has letters that are a part of the book that you have read.
Yes.
एम्ब्रेसेस इन इंक में जो
Yes. It is
लेटर्स है
very.
उसी के लिए ये मैंने
Yes.
बुक जीती है.
Wow.
So yes, full circle for both of us. And
Yes.
I'm so glad that we connected through Embraces in Ink and this one because the two books are connected for us, both of us in that way. So yeah.
Yes.
Now coming to the content of this book. I mean the poems are so simple and yet I was able to resonate with most of them. The few that I was not able to resonate with was simply because you have talked about being a mother, and I don't have. Don't do that. It's fine. It's fine.
Someone just walked in, so she's talking to them. Okay, tell
Yeah.
me. Sorry.
Yeah, and a few of the poems you talk about motherhood, I was not able to relate to them, but still they were very heartfelt and I enjoyed reading them. So I just want to say universally relatability to her poem mein, and especially because it is so simple that you are able to connect very easily. So very well done. And I'm also surprised by how you have woven in your experience as a business writer into some of the poems, which was very nice to read.
Yeah, because writing primarily comes to me through business writing. School, college mein I used to write just because we have to write.
Yeah.
Both okay. Uh, but the real writing actually started when I started my career. And so anything I write comes from that, it's a part of me.
Yes. On that note, I'm going to read out one of my favorite poems, which is not surprisingly titled "I Write," and I have
Oh,
marked it here. See, it's one
yes,
of my favorites. So,
yes, nice.
so this is the poem is titled "I Write," and this is how it goes. I write to express. I write to impress. I write to clear my mind. I write and calmness I find. I write on stocks. I write on trending talks. I write to earn a living. I write to continue giving. I write to feel joy and satisfaction. I write to stretch my limits. I write to decide a course of action. I write to reach a destination. I write to add value to my minutes. I write to know myself more. I write to explore. I write to become my best version. I write to achieve and avoid diversion. I write to pour out my grief. I write when I am full of joy. I write to take pride in my words. I write to connect with the world. I write forever. I write after breaks. I write to reduce the heartaches. I write, rewrite, and edit. I write to publish my thoughts. I write to hide my thoughts. I write and become complete. I write never to compete. I write and am grateful that I can. I write to venture into the new. I write and then I know I can. Wonderfully done. And I was able to resonate with this the most because it lists down everything, uh, every reason that I write myself to. And I think every writer and poet out there would be able to connect with this poem very well. Hello?
Yes,
I think we lost
I,
her again.
I agree that this is something that every writer would resonate with. More or less, I think it covers what every writer must be going through.
Yes,
Of course, there could be some unique perspectives that other writers might have. Yeah, I'm
yes.
glad you like it, and I'm glad it resonated with you.
Yes. So, Sheetal, based on my reading of your book and based on what I know about you through your author bio and everything that I have read about you, I have a few questions. Are you ready to answer them?
Sure.
Yes. So, actually, my first question is related to this only. As I was mentioning, your business writing has now converted into creative writing also. My first question is, did your background in journalism uh, influence the voice and themes in your poetry in this book? And what challenges did you face while transitioning from business writing to creative writing, especially into poetry, which is something very different? And can you uh, advise aspiring writers who are also, into a different profession and are just beginning their writing journey?
Okay. Well, too many questions in one. So yes, my experience as a business journalist, as a writer in my career has influenced my poems. In fact, some of the poems are there. One poem is about being a journalist also. Then there is a
Yes.
poem on. There are a couple of poems on climate change. So yes, my it's a part of me, right? My profession is a part of me, and whatever I have learned through it form a part of my thought process. So yes, that is very much there. Um, Secondly, challenges. Well, I think the one major challenge initially which I faced when I left journalism. So in journalism and especially business journalism, what I was taught from my seniors was to simplify, any write up that I write. So basically, there are a lot of jargons in business journalism, right? Very technical terms. So anything. So my boss used to say, "तुम्हारी दादी पढ़ सके, नानी पढ़ सके, ऐसे लिखो, इतनी simple लिखो कि they can also understand." Okay, now when you come to this side of the table, when I left journalism and I got into storytelling, creative writing, poetries, here it is the opposite way. You're expected to have a little more finesse, you're expected to have a little more, use metaphors, be a little indirect, leave a little to the imagination of the reader, show, don't tell. So, in that sense, there have been challenges many. but I guess poetry and creative writing just happens to you, right? The
Yeah.
poetry starts writing itself in your head. So that's what happens to me. So you're like compelled to put it down somewhere, either on a laptop or phone uh, or on a book, because it's already writing itself in your head. So or you will lose the trail of thoughts. So that was a challenge, but I think somehow it gets balanced out there. What is the last part of the question?
What,
Sorry, I
what
missed.
would what would be your advice to somebody like you who is into a different profession? They are doing something else as a full-time job and they are transitioning into creative writing. What would be your advice to them?
Well, my advice to them would be don't stop yourself, don't judge yourself. And you can always choose what to make public, when to make public, if to make public, right? So, till then, till the time you yourself don't fall in love with don't be the first fan of your first poem. Be a little more critical, edit. First stuff you have to write,
Hmm.
irrespective of what it is. You know that because I used to laugh when when the first time someone indicated in my journey that तुम poetry लिखो. So I said poetry मैं or poetry, I used to have that barrier in my mind. So
Hmm.
you have to first overcome that barrier. Then you have to edit and re-edit. And if you want to write for yourself, you can just write. But if you want to show it to the world, publish it, put it out there,
Hello.
writing. And what is the uniqueness that you bring through your
Hmm.
writer? Why is it that you are it? So it has to. Then when you put it out for consumption of public, it has to have a little more of marketability, so to speak, or your own unique voice needs to then be amplified. And that's what I feel.
Yeah. You use the word marketability. उसी से पता चल जाता है आप business writing background से आए हो.
हाँ unavoidable.
Yes. Okay. That brings me to my second question. So, how do you stay creatively inspired in the middle of this busy professional life? Just before we were preparing for this live, you also told me you are currently having a very hectic schedule in your other
Yes.
profession. So, share with us some tips on how one can manage their time for writing
Well,
alongside also doing a
think
full-time job or,
I think
dabbling in other forms of writing. Yes. Sorry.
for me, it has been I've been blessed actually. It's been very organic. I was blessed with this little angel in 2021, and she's my muse to be honest. And large part of the book I wrote. That's when I really started thinking in poetries and writing poetries. Having said that, yes, it helps to have a muse, but then at the same time, you should be observant
Hmm.
around you in your daily life of the little things. And by observant, I don't mean rude and staring and that, but just be aware and observe people and conversations and just be quiet. Just be quiet and hear and observe things around you. So many things, touch us. Like, for instance, one thing which has always touched me is street kids, who are on street and they're begging or selling something. And still they manage to smile and laugh
Yeah.
and play around. And I think that is a beautiful paradox and which I always get amazed by. And even in your daily life, when you see two kids playing or when you see the rain and when you're sitting inside and it's raining outside, like I wrote a couple of poems while I was traveling to work in Mumbai
Hmm.
rain, from Vashi to Andheri, which is like a long distance in Mumbai if you
Yeah.
know about Mumbai
I do
traffic.
know.
So sitting in
Yes.
the car and watching the rain from outside, I wrote a poem on the rain.
Hmm.
So I'm just saying, just talk a little less and hear and observe and see a little more.
Hmm.
And these things showing you.
Wonderful. So you have to be. Yes. So,
Sorry?
so basically, you have to be an admirer of life and everything about it in order to, be inspired, be motivated to write. Yes.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that with us, Sheetal. That brings me to the end of my questions that I had for you. Before I leave the floor to you, I am just going to read out one more poem that I really liked.
Sure.
I'm going to open that. It's not the full poem, but I liked bits and parts of it. So I'm going to read out the parts that I really like.
Okay.
The poem is titled I Look for Success. And you can
Ah,
see I have underlined most of the poem.
nice, nice.
So these are the last three paragraphs of the poem. I look for success, and it goes like I look for success in loving relationships, in raising my child well, in being there for people who matter. I look for success in overcoming my weaknesses, in amplifying my strengths, in growing my merit, in Dhamma. I know I will be successful when I am at peace with myself, when I know myself, when I am content. So
Yeah.
I was just, thinking of these lines when you were talking about how one can be motivated and inspired to write despite having a busy schedule. So this defines that.
Yes, yes, it does. It does. So, thank you so much, and I'm glad you liked it. So now,
So now the
can I
floor is
ask?
yours. Yes,
Yes,
now
now
the
I
floor
will ask
is
the
yours.
questions, and you have to answer them.
Yes,
So I think just before I start questions, just my two bits on the book that you've written. I think it is one common factor between your book and mine is simplicity, relatability, and it was so easy to read. I was just reading one after because they're again short, and some only a couple of them are really long poems, but otherwise they're all small letters, and it's a very unique way, of letters we normally address to people, but
yes,
you have chosen and addressed very unique kind of
yes,
objects,
yes,
which I found very cute, very and relatable. Whatever you've written on those objects, I found very relatable. So, so I would first start with my questions, and then I read one of your
sure,
poems. So,
sure,
why
absolutely.
letters? My first question is why letters? Why this format and not the normal, poetry format or any other format?
So that I think I answered a bit of it while I was mentioning about your
Yes.
book and how I won it. So this book came to me as a prize for a writing challenge, and that writing challenge in itself was about writing letters. So that's how
Okay.
letters came in. Uh,
Acha.
yeah, Arthropod had organized this writing challenge where we were supposed to write one letter every day for the entire month of November. And
Okay.
they had given us prompts to write these letters, like write a letter to a friend, write a letter to your father, write a letter to your mother, and write a letter to a stranger. There were 30 different prompts that they
For
had
one
given us.
thing this month. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how the idea of the letters came in. And after that challenge, I was anyway looking for a theme for my next book, and that this merged with that somehow. The timing of the universe was like that. So, उसके बाद हो गया फिर. That's how that entire writing challenge then became this book.
Wow. That's nice. That's very interesting. And
And
okay. So the second question
just
that
a minute, just a minute. I'm just going to show everyone the cover of the book that we are talking about, so people have a
yes.
context that what it is. So this is the book that we are talking about, Embraces in Ink. It's a collection of letters. It's prose poetry, and it has a letters of gratitude addressed to different people and objects in my life that I'm grateful for. Yes,
Yes.
please go on.
Yes, and there is a positivity in each poem. In each letter, there's a positivity to it, which you take away as a reader. Um, so, so if there was one letter from this book, that you would want to convert into a full-fledged book or a full-fledged screen adaptation, or both maybe. Which one do you think has the potential to? Because right now they are very small letters, right? If you had to scale up one, which one would it be?
I think this question was very well answered by one of the guests that I had asked the same question to. And
Oh,
they,
okay.
yeah, at the spur of the moment, they were like, it's very obvious that it should be the COVID-19 vaccine letter, because it would be a nice story to have, from the perspective of the vaccine itself and see the world from its perspective, how they were born, how the vaccine
Right.
came to be. So I think
To fruition. Yeah, yeah,
cinematically
yeah.
and also story wise also it would be very interesting to see that letter getting converted to a screen adaptation.
Wow. Yes, I agree. Would indeed be. I agree that indeed would be a very good, book or a screen adaptation, which would relate with a lot of people, and there would be a lot of takers for that. With this, let me read one of your poems. I love three of them. I love Curtain. I love Dear Glasses. So let me read a little bit of the poem Dear Glasses. Dear Vision Giver, if any relationship in my life defines its complicated status to perfection. I love it, because मैं भी चश्मा पहनती हूँ और मेरे लिए भी वो complicated है relationship. It's ours. I took my time to accept I need you, preferring the blurry vision your absence provided for about 2 to 3 years. Same, I did the same thing. I had trouble making you a part of my life, preferring your fancy cousin, the contact lens. I could not make you a part of my face and physical appearance, shunning you when I had to show my face to the camera. I still do that. um, Shunning you when I had to show my face to the camera or to more than 2 people. I tried to be done with you completely, choosing a seemingly better looking and promising partner than Lessig. Now, to read the full poem, I would advise the audience to please buy it, go and read the full book, and then you can see the full poem and the full letter. Yes, this is the one, and you may put the link in the comment if you want to.
I will
And
be sharing the link on my Instagram stories after our episode, so you can go ahead and check out the book once the
yes,
episode is done. And for those of you who have the Kindle Unlimited subscription, the book is free to read.
awesome, awesome. So yeah,
Yes.
this is what I was talking to, right? And I said, this is what I was talking about when, which I found very interesting. And and again, the language and the relatability aspect is very, very high. And I'm sure most of us react like that. There is aversion to specs. Nahi chahiye. Which come through. So yeah.
Yes. Thank you for reading that out. Now we move on to my favorite part of the episode, which is the rapid fire round. Sheetal, how we'll do this is we'll do back and forth. One question I ask, one question you ask. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So my first question to you is, hello, are you there? I think there is some static.
Hi, I'm there. Can you
Yes,
see me?
yes, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
so my first question to you in the rapid fire round is a line from your book that makes you smile every time.
Uh, well, there are many, but I think one that stands out is the pain melted away.
Wonderful. Yeah, I think that stands
Yeah.
true. A lot of us writers who find
Yes.
comfort in words. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Your turn.
Um. Okay. You love writing poetry because, or it could also be you just love writing because.
Because it's a way to unleash my creativity and the many thoughts that run in my head. और कोई तरीका जरिया नहीं है मेरे पास. There's so much creative unrest here. It's the best
Yes.
way.
Okay. Great.
Okay. Next question. What's more thrilling for you? The publishing of the book or the reading the first review for the book?
Well, honestly, now that I've already published my first book, it will be the review, the first review from now on. Reading the first review of the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Your turn.
Uh, so one person or thing that you did not write a letter to in the book and would like to write.
You know, my family is going to hold this against me for life. I have not written a letter to my sibling or my cousins, and that that's I realized it after publishing it. That's one thing I missed out on.
So high time you do that.
Yeah. सब चीज को ग्रेटिट्यूड दिखा दिया हमारे लिए कुछ नहीं लिखा.
हाँ.
So yeah, I missed out on that. Okay, my next question to you: a profession other than writing that you would secretly love to try.
I would love to try, maybe not secretly also, is singing or dubbing. My entire life I've been told that I have a good voice, and I also enjoy singing, and I think I will enjoy dubbing.
Okay,
So yeah.
okay, great. I would love to do that. And
Yeah.
why not start to Instagram? Put up a video of you
Oh,
singing.
really?
Yeah,
There is a video of me singing with one of the platforms,
regularly karo.
Poets of
Regularly
It
karo.
is there on my Insta profile. Regularly, yeah. that will need some more confidence from my side, because I think singing is also a discipline, right?
Yeah,
You need to be learned, you need to train, and you need to keep practicing. And I think
that's there. Yeah, I think
maybe with
Nilshri can
more
give
hard
you the
work in it.
motivation for that because Nilshri is here watching this and she does it on every Saturday. So she can be the
Wow.
motivation for you. Yeah.
What
She
does she
puts up a
do every Saturday?
she puts up a
Okay.
singing video.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
check them out,
Yeah.
and I'll connect with her separately.
Yeah. She can be your motivator.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Your turn.
Yeah, sorry. Again, what made you think of the title Embraces in Ink?
Uh, I had actually a few options in mind. I have this entire process where I have a few options for my titles and my book covers in mind every time a book is ready to be published. I had about 6 or 7 title options for this one,
Wow.
and as always, as it always happens with most of us, I was confused, and then I decided to create a focus group of my readers, and sent out a Google form for everyone. So वो सारे options में से this one got the highest number of votes, and that's how the title Embraces in Ink was chosen based on public opinion.
Wow. That's a very nice and systematic way of going about it. I must say.
Yeah,
I like it.
thanks.
I'll keep
And
it in mind for my next book.
good.
Yeah.
Nilshri and Sukana are here, who were part of the focus group, and they were 2 of the 12 people responsible for choosing this title. So, hey, shout
Wow.
out to both of you.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay, my next question. Which poem from Embraces made you want to immediately write your own response piece, and what would the response be like?
Oh, curtains. Uh, curtains.
Okay, and
The
and
one.
what kind of
What would
what
be my
kind of
response? Honestly, I would make it a little more naughtier, to be honest. 18 years plus, maybe I'll go there. The unwed, because curtains, curtains के साथ, I mean, not extremely, but little bit naughty, little bit teasing, and
Okay,
because it's curtains,
lovely,
you can do a lot of. You can
nice.
really go there and imagine and come back, tease a little and come back. So yeah, something like
Yes,
that.
interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, your turn.
Yes. So what is your next book about, and when is it likely to be published?
ये क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछना था because there are a few ideas that I'm working on. So there
Huh.
are actually uh, there's actually more than one idea that I'm working on currently, and I'm not sure which one. But I'm hoping that my third novel would be my next book. I've written 2 novels also, and
Wow.
it's part of a series, and the third part of the series will be the final part of the series. I am working on it, but it's not happening at a pace I would be, proud to boast about or say, कि हाँ अब जल्दी आने वाली है book. So I don't know when it's going to come out.
Yeah, we'll manifest it. We'll manifest it and we'll make it happen. Don't worry.
Yes. Okay. My last question to you. Just a second. Yes. What color do you associate with the vibe of Embraces in Ink and why?
Yellow.
Okay.
Sunshine.
Oh
Yellow
wow.
sunshine, and yeah, it's like it's such an easy read. आप अपने I know you have used Quilt, तो मैं भी Quilt का एग्जांपल लेती हूँ. कंबल में घुस के बुक पढ़ के सुबह की धूप में, if you want to have a drink, coffee or tea, whatever, and you just read it, and it gives you that feeling of wanting to get up and start your day. It's something you can start your day with, because
Okay.
it's every letter, every prose poem that you have written in the book is very positive, and I think that reflects probably your approach to life as well. That that comes out. शिकायतें भी हैं, negatives भी है, सब है, but eventually it is all, every piece is very positive. So I think yellow sunshine. That's what.
Thank you for that. And Nilsri has answered the question that we were discussing. He's saying I used to do, but अब नहीं हो पा रहा है, but I can always motivate you.
Oh, that's so sweet, Nilishri. Thank you. And we will connect with you. I will connect with you.
Yeah.
separately
It's
after the call.
your turn. I think it's your last question now.
Yeah, so a book you can read again and again.
Book I can बहुत मारेंगे लोग मुझे ये बोलेंगे मैं बोलूंगी तो but it's definitely Harry Potter.
Oh, I think I can't, nobody can blame you. Yeah, the entire generation is, I think, couple of 2, 3 generations are hooked on to Harry Potter. So I think a lot of people would agree with
Yeah,
you.
but काफी predictable answer, but yeah, that's why the series is so popular, right?
Yeah, and for me, and this one I would like to answer for myself also. I would love to read again and again is Alchemist. I have already read it twice. I
Okay.
think every time I read it, I find something new in it because that's the
Yeah.
beauty of the book. That's how it's written.
Lovely. Okay. That brings us to the end of the rapid fire round. And
Yes.
now we move on to the gratitude bingo. That's something that I've started in this season because Embraces in Ink focuses so much on gratitude. And
Right.
I have this one segment where I ask the guest a bunch of questions related to gratitude, and you just need to answer in yes or no. Okay.
Sure.
Ready, Sheetal? Just going to pull
Yes.
up the bingo now. And till that time, I also want to say thank you to everyone who has joined us and stayed connected for the entire episode. We are going to end in some moments. So this is the most fun segment. Stay connected. Yes. The it is a little slow. Yes, I have. Yeah. My, my first question is you have to answer in yes or no. Okay. Did a random act of kindness.
Yes.
Okay, lovely. Paid gratitude to an object.
No.
You should. It's
To an object, no.
really नहीं
Okay.
करो ट्राई करो बहुत मजा आएगा.
Okay.
Okay. Next one. Wrote a gratitude letter.
I have wrote a poem on gratitude. I don't know if that counts as a letter.
Yeah. It
In my book,
counts. Yes. Uh, yes. I read that. Yes.
yes.
Okay. Next one. Said sorry to someone in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Okay. Next one. Said thank you to someone in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, I did. I mean, in the normal course of your day, you do thank people. Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Hugged someone in the last 24 hours.
Sorry.
Hugged someone. जादू की झप्पी.
Yeah. I do that with my daughter every day.
Lovely. Okay. Next one. Said something nice or paid a compliment to someone in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, I think I did. Even on the show, I did.
Yeah, मैं बोलने की वाली थी कि पिछले 1 घंटे से हम एक दूसरे की तारीफ ही तो कर रहे हैं.
Exactly.
Okay. Next one. Forgave someone who hurt you.
Sorry.
Forgave someone who hurt you. You forgave किसी को
Yeah, in life, yes, I have because you cannot, you don't forget, but you forgive.
Correct. Okay. Next one. Helped someone without any motive or expectation.
Yes.
Lovely. Next one. Gave someone a shout out in the last 24 hours.
No, I think only in the show, I think I gave you a shout out, but I guess I'm Nilashri. So, not
Yes.
today, not 24 hours.
Next one. Listen to someone with empathy and without judgment.
Yes, I've done it. Maybe not
Great.
today, but yes, I've done that.
Okay. Next one. Spent quiet time alone. Outside. Outside.
In the nature, you mean?
Huh.
No. I want to do that, but I haven't been able to do it.
Okay. Understandable. You have a busy schedule. It's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. Did not complain a whole day.
I'm guilty of not doing that. So yeah, I
It's
do
okay.
complain.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Me and Nilshri both are witness because she's there on most of these episodes. We are both witness that 90% people answer no on this. So it's okay. Fine. बहुत सारे लोग नहीं कर पाते हैं.
हाँ. But that's a good point. I'll remember it. I'll try to do it at least one day. I'll try to do it.
Okay. Next one. Wrote 3 things you like about yourself.
3 things I like about myself.
You
I
wrote
think-
or thought 3 things you like about yourself.
Yeah, so I think I think I have. How do you do this? I think I have an analytical. Yes, I have. Yes, I have done.
Okay,
That's the answer,
awesome.
right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right. Yes. Sorry, I got confused.
Wrote three things you like about your parents.
Uh, yeah, I have it.
Okay.
I've written poems on them. Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Wrote three things you like about someone you envy.
I don't really envy anyone. Yes.
Okay, wow. Wow. Yeah. खुदा का बंदा है. Okay, next one.
No, I consciously make an effort to immediately look at why is it that I'm envying that person. So it is certainly certain quality in that person, right, which is giving rise to this feeling. So I immediately focus on the quality and not the envy. So then that negative becomes a positive, which I've started doing only recently in the past one,
That's
two
a
years.
great perspective to have. Thank you. I'm going to try and imbibe that.
Yes.
Okay. Next one. Wrote three things you like about a friend or a colleague.
No, not really. I don't
Okay.
write about others specifically.
Okay. Next one. Helped, mentored, or shared knowledge with someone.
Yeah, that that happens daily almost.
Okay. Next one. Watched the sunset in the past month.
Yeah, a little bit. Not
ओके.
like
हाँ
not like
वैसे भी मैंने
sitting and
सुनने में
watching,
आया
but
है.
yeah.
वैसे भी
हाँ
सुनने में आया है आजकल मुंबई में बहुत अच्छे सनसेट्स हो रहे हैं.
हाँ, अभी तो बारिश हो रही है 2-3 दिन से खैर. एंड वो बैठ के जो इत्मीनान से देखा जाता है सनसेट वो नहीं किया है बट देखा है झलकियां देखी हैं
ओके.
ऑफ लेट.
That also counts. It's fine. Okay. Next one. Observed or appreciated nature and its elements.
आई एम सॉरी.
Observed
ऑब्जर्व.
or appreciated
या
or appreciated.
डेली.
Okay. Lovely.
You know what she
That's
said?
okay.
Did you hear what she said?
मार्क कब तक चलेगा ऐसा कुछ पूछा ना.
No, she said मम्मा बड़ी मजेदार. बोल के निकल गई वो.
Wow.
So
Lovely. Okay, next one. Sat in the sunlight in the past week.
sat in the sunlight. No,
Okay.
office.
Hmm. Right. Made someone laugh or smile in the past 24
Yes.
hours. Okay, lovely. Next one. Turned or looked at a negative situation in a positive manner.
Yeah, like I said, na, this only recently happened. Whenever I envy someone, I realize I have become conscious कि इसमें कुछ अच्छी बात है इसलिए मुझे इससे जलन हो रही है. तो क्या है वो अच्छी बात? You know?
Okay, lovely. Next one. Did something this month that you have been wanting to do for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, some household chores
Okay.
which were pending for a while.
Okay, lovely. And the last one. Took
Yes.
ownership or responsibility for your mistake.
Yeah. So we have a little song which I do with my daughter. So if I make a mistake, I sing "Mama made a mistake and it is okay." And if
Okay.
she makes a mistake, she sings that song. I made a mistake and it's okay. So this happens daily because वो छोटी है. She's just 4 year old, right? So गलतियां होती रहती हैं. And मुझसे भी होती रहती हैं. ऐसा नहीं कि I don't. So I do it.
That's a great practice to have. Lovely. Thank you for sharing. And you have done really well on the bingo. Except that one question जो बाकी लोग भी mostly ना ही बोलते हैं. उसके अलावा
हाँ.
I think you answered most of them in English.
Yes, but it's a learning. It's a learning. I will try to do it at least once. एक दिन मैं ऐसे निकालूंगी जो बिल्कुल भी कंप्लेंट ना करूँ. Very consciously.
All the best. All the best. It's really difficult, but I'm sure you can do it because you have such a positive outlook towards life. So I'm sure you can do it.
Thank you. That's so kind.
And that brings us to the end of the episode. But before I let you go, I asked this question to all my guests, especially those with whom I enjoyed interacting a lot. So I have to ask you this. When are you coming up with the next book so I can invite you again?
Well, honestly, there is no visibility on that. I just don't write at the pace that I want to, and I'm just right now writing the poems. That there is no, because then you have to weave them together through a theme. You have to select the poems, and so there is still some time for that.
Yeah, I look forward to that, and I'm also manifesting it within
Oh,
a year at least.
oh wow, that would be so nice. I would love that. Hopefully,
Yes,
it will be in
and I look
Hindi now
forward.
this time. The second book will be in Hindi
Oh
of
wow,
poems.
that's even lovelier because
Yes.
I would love to read Hindi poetry.
That's my first
Hindi
language.
shairi, yeah, lovely. Looking forward to that and all the best. I hope you find the
Thank you.
motivation and inspiration to finish it soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank
And
you
it was amazing
once again.
talking to you. It has been amazing talking to you.
Thank you
And
so much. It was lovely
keep having
having you.
collaboration.
Yeah, it was lovely having you, and I look forward to hosting you again. Thank you everyone for joining us. The episode will be available on my Instagram feed and my YouTube channel. If you have missed the entire conversation, you can always go back and check it out on my channel. And I look forward to hosting you again. And everyone, have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.